Hey third graders, hey students and parents. I just wanted to give you an introduction to week 2. We are on the second week of online learning, and I wanted to give you an overview of the packet that you either picked up on Friday morning at 7 a.m., 7 to 9:30. You can always drop off your papers and pick up the new packet for the week, or that you just downloaded. If you downloaded it, that's fine. But I just kind of wanted to go over the entire packet for the week so you can have an introduction to what's going on. I'm actually going to be filming shorter videos this week because I'm finding that the longer videos, one, are really hard to sit through, but then also they're really hard to load. So you'll notice shorter videos this week, hopefully. If I can stop talking, it's hard for me. You guys know that, I'm your teacher. If I could stop talking and then like more of those videos. Okay, so in the packet this week, first of all, your packet is gonna come in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag this week, because I know that you guys are not going to be saving the folders every time. If you save the folder, that's great. When you get your papers for the week, put it in your folder again. But if you don't save it, you'll be getting all of your papers in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. But this week, the very first paper on here says priorities for the week. Priorities for the week. And that is because several of you had given me feedback that it was really hard to know what papers were going to be graded, what papers weren't going to be graded, and what was the most important thing. So if you look under priorities for the week, daily math for math is always important because that counts as a classwork grade. So make sure you always do daily math. Also, there's a math study guide in there this week. It's important that you do the math study guide because you have a math test this week and a decimal quiz. So the math study guide is going to help you. I'm actually going to be recording a video this week explaining to you every problem, or most of the problems I can get to in a short amount of time, on the math study guide. For reading, it tells you that you have a reading test and a vocab quiz. So really the priorities for this week are doing all of your tests and quizzes. And in language, it tells you have a research paper, which I'll do a video explaining that, how to do the research paper, and that you have a grammar quiz. And then in social studies, it tells you what's important is that you have a 13 colonies quiz. So I hope you guys have been studying and practicing your 13 colonies and that you've watched the videos on those things. Again, there will be a weekly overview in your packet. It will be showing you again what things you do each day. So this time I actually organized it by subject. So for math, you go there, it tells you what you do on Monday, the only sheet that you do on Monday. And then on Tuesday, it tells you what you do on Tuesday. It tells you on Wednesday, you're gonna do the study guide, and then on Thursday, you're gonna actually do the math test. That way you can turn everything back into me on Friday. So the weekly overview is important again. It tells you what tests and quizzes you should be doing on what day. So if you get to a day and you go, what sheet should we be doing this day? Should I be doing this sheet or this sheet? What should we have done each day? That is on the weekly overview. Okay, in your math packet again, daily math is right on top. I put a bunch of fun minutes in there. Parents, if you don't want to do fun minute, if you're like, I don't have time for a fun minute, I don't have time to film them to record them for a minute doing their fun minute, just skip fun minute if you want to. The reason why fun minute is in there is to help them practice their math facts, because it's been proven that when students don't continue to practice their math facts, they actually lose them. So it's for practice for you guys. Don't worry about that. The most important thing on the math packet this week is doing these decimal sheets. Again, it's reviewing how to write decimals and mixed numbers, how to make a fraction into a decimal. Now, there is a bunch of sheets in the math packet this week called For Practice. You don't have to do that if you think you know decimals so well and you don't need any practice before the test. Don't worry about it. That's there for you as parents and students if right before you take your math quiz, you need some extra practice. This is the math quiz. It says math quiz right on top of it this week. Then next in the math packet is the study guide. The study guide and the test are almost exactly the same, just different problems. So if you do the math study guide, then you should be able to do great on the math test. Again, try your best to do your 100% best on your math test. I know we don't normally take tests at home, so we're just trusting that you guys are doing the best you can with doing tests from home. This is what the math test looks like. Okay, then we have the reading packet. The reading packet, let me tell you how the reading packet is organized. The reading packet, the first few papers all have to do with the story Enormous Egg. In your weekly overview, it will tell you what page goes with what part of the enormous egg story. So all of these pages in the front go with enormous egg. Then you have neighborhood under the sea. Neighborhood under the sea is a words per minute. So you're going to time your child. How many words can they read per minute? Over here, it tells you the number of words. They're trying to get to at least 200 words per minute that they can read. That is a good reading speed. If they get to 160, 170, that's still great reading. So don't worry about that. It's not at all testing their comprehension. That's just how fast they can read. Then we have all these reading comprehension papers. Your child should be able to do those all on their own. Those are for a grade each day, so I highly recommend you doing those papers. The next thing is you have a vocabulary word map paper. This is what it looks like, okay? And here's what you're gonna do. You're going to take their vocabulary words, put the word here, and then follow the directions. It says, write a definition for the word, write synonyms for the word. The word synonym means words that mean the same thing as the word. You can look those up on the internet if you don't know. Use the word in a sentence and draw a picture of the word. If you do not get all of this done, don't worry about it, but it's to help you with your vocabulary quiz, which is coming up on Thursday. So you're gonna wanna do